Let's go.
You've done this like 3 times now. Let's stop doing like the Cowboy Bebop when the countdown.
You've done it like at least once, if not twice.
Ah,
yourself.
God! YouTube
Yeah.
switched me to bright mode. Oh, God.
Haha.
Oh, YouTube.
Banished to the world of bright mode.
It's a Kai Gaming channel.
Yep.
Why are so many websites just make themselves terrible on bright mode?
Honestly, I have dark mode on most sites I use, just because, well, I kind of mostly sit in the dark, which is probably terrible for my eyes. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I also use dark mode all the time, because, I mean, no, the light mode is just too bright.
Yeah, but like
just make it off-white or something.
Some websites used to have a decent light mode that wasn't too bad, but then they made it worse.
Yeah, I guess someone thought that they had to make, you know, the default or whatever much brighter to be a better contrast with their new dark mode. I don't know.
Yeah, just checking. Yeah, it is the link to the stream. Okay. I expect this episode would take at least about 3 hours-ish.
Yeah, I'm just dropping links to it in a couple of chats that I'm in. So yeah, right before the stream began, we were discussing what games we were gonna potentially have after we finished, well, after we finished this, we're likely moving on to Psychonauts 2, I think was the plan.
Yeah.
And after we finished Bug Fables, we're switching to, well, an RPG that's fully voice acted was the consensus, because we're all tired. Like, it's so exhausting to keep up with that, given that we all probably have ADHD. Yeah.
I really enjoy it, but yeah,
it's
no, it
fun
is
to do
a lot
the
more
voices. It's just, it needs us to actually focus on what's being said and not just like go off on rants about stuff, which is like half the fun for me.
Yeah.
God, speaking of going off on rants, we're listening to the Shrieking Shack, and like got to the part where Hermione considers it cheating to read like what someone wrote in the margins of a book.
Yeah.
Hermione rejects Fermat's last theorem, or at least the proof of it. Yeah. Yeah.
God.
I mean, there are plenty of reasons why they shouldn't trust, like, a mysterious book. Like, if there's any mention of, hey, remember, you know, in book 2, when, you know, an evil racist book tried to revive the Dark Lord.
That did
you know?
come up.
It just comes up as, oh, this isn't the same.
I mean, yeah, that is true. It's not quite the same. It's not like magic.
Oh, no, it
it's
isn't.
just a book. They can prove it's not
And,
magical.
of course, the Shrieking Shack goes into the, what if book was dad? Yeah.
God.
They have, like, such good ideas and, like... Ugh, that series. How?
Yeah.
How did people think it was good?
Well, you know, you didn't see the full thing yet.
Overlook, you know, okay, maybe this is building to something, and then you get to the last one, it's, that was it. Probably a bit like BBC's Sherlock.
Oh, God. secret.
where people were
glitch.
willing to forgive so much of it. Okay, maybe it'll make sense in the last episode. And then
Oh,
it turns out, no, it never did.
Oh, I saved here. Huh.
Oh yeah, you went and got like basically everything
Yep.
off screen that you could.
Also, I have.
Oh, and you have the
ammo.
infinite ammo.
Yep. There was
Infinite
Awesome, you
amount
got
of
the
progression.
bandana.
Yep.
Oh,
Saved
it goes for
Meryl.
all things?
Yep.
Nice.
I mean, granted, there's only 2 things it could infinite.
Gun and a grenade.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's still neat though.
Yeah, it's not like you get infinite invisibility or anything, because it doesn't have ammo. You still get a lot more of it, but you know.
Yeah.
And hey, look. They're just playing card games.
Hey, great to see you guys all together.
Oh, that's cute.
Yep, dogs playing poker.
Hey, great to see you guys all together.
But now, Rasputin, there is a lot of fun.
No.
Well,
Playing poker against the dogs in your mind.
oh, I wanted to. There was like another place where that is slightly different in after you finish it. Where is it? Where's the teleporter guy?
Oh, the hippocampus?
Yeah, the hippo. Actual hippos are tanky bastards.
Well, this is a hippocampus, you see. They're based on the same
No.
word of hippo, or is it hippo? Yeah, hippo.
And
But that just means
You
like
keep saying
horse,
yes.
because
I-
like hippopotamus and then like
Horse
hippocampus.
I know someone who like had to like shoot a raging hippo, and the hippo just like basically shrugged it off and like chased that person up a tree.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of people
that sounds
think
right.
Like hippos as
Oh, that's
big,
right.
gentle animals. They can be really frightening when they want to be.
That's right. I was going to get the vault that was.
I mean,
We're gonna get that on stream, yeah? That was
Yeah.
the plan. Sure.
ah,
Let's go into the vault.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing for our
Nice.
upcoming Fallout stream. Which we might actually be doing, like Fallout New Vegas was on the table, I believe.
Yeah, it's a maybe though.
And again,
I've
like,
got spurs.
I would recommend the fan-made mod Fallout New California, which adds like a whole DLC length, like prequel thing as a potential backstory for your career. It's actually pretty decently done.
Think-
Multiple endings and stuff. Yeah. And it carries right
Yeah.
over into the actual main game, which makes everything else hilariously underpowered compared to you. So that might, that's... If you played the game a lot of times and you just want to skip to the later parts, then sure.
I know someone who like in their video thing about Fallout, they're also like role playing. Oh.
Yeah.
So the place is up there. They're also like role playing as the character, and their justification for the level ups is regaining memories that were lost because of a bullet.
Yep.
Neat.
Because of getting shot at the beginning.
Oh, of course. You get shot by Chandler Bing.
Yeah, the guy.
Ring a ding.
Benny.
Oh, great. What
Ring a ding ding,
did he
baby.
say?
What in
Yeah.
the goddamn?
Took that asshole and I handed to you and turned that meat into something positive. Like gardening.
He says that to all of them, and it's all the same front. Edgar's love.
Uh-huh.
Well, that sucks.
I love how you say that sucks and it's just not like, that that was actually kind of sweet. Too bad he got warped up by his own, like, incredibly terrible way of like dealing with that heartbreak. But you know, you helped him get better. You know, on the road to being a better person. So like, yeah.
Uh-huh. Now we're out of his brain, so
Damn there. Take me
of course
to life.
the other option being floated was we move on to Mass Effect, a game I have never actually played.
I've only played the first one, and then I just never really felt like playing the others.
Yeah.
Which I know, you know, there's some fun character modes and whatnot, but it is very much a BioWare game, which some people are like, oh boy, BioWare. Me, I'm like, eh.
Like, on the one
Because, you know,
hand,
there's just some
BioWare
weird
made some
things.
games I love. Like, they were the Baldur's Gate ones, yeah?
Yeah.
I think that's
Were
what it
they?
was. No, that is
Oh, wow.
BioWare and Black Isle.
Yeah, that was back in the day, though, and they're not.
Except, yeah, they've not aged perfectly.
Nope.
Like, they are
Also-
really showing their age at this point, despite
They-
being classics.
Also made KOTOR, which I kind of
Yeah,
want to
also
do.
never actually played
Oh,
Knights of the
yeah.
Old Republic. Like, I
KOTOR
know
was-
a few people who are huge fans of that.
It was awesome. I played the first one. It was awesome.
Proper reaction to Turtle.
Yeah.
Funny after Elden Ring. Hello, Smeg.
Hey, Smeg.
That's right.
Oh, hello.
Daddy's here. Everything's gonna be
Ah, God.
alright. Now here's what we're
He
gonna
can talk.
He can talk. Of course he can talk.
He can talk. He can talk. He can talk. He can talk.
Sing!
I can sing. Amadeus. Oh, wait, it's Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas. Dr. Anyway.
That's what you always say, Shigor.
Oh, I just got what the joke in her name is.
After I'm done with this experiment.
Because, of course, it's an Igor, a girl.
worry, baby. Just make
Yeah.
sure I get one
Hence, she's She-Girl.
Oh, they used the turtle's brain?
business.
That's a big brain for a turtle.
It was talking, but there's no subtitles.
Yeah, that's weird. They didn't have subtitles.
Say they knew I was coming? Yeah. Don't worry, Mr. Pokelope.
Oh, well, it automatically skipped that.
Oh, that
Okay.
sucks.
Get your brain back really soon. It's doing important work right now. It's on a mission. Okay, then we'll talk about that making out thing later.
Why do boys have no concept of a moment?
It
Was a moment. This is not a moment.
Hey, I totally understand, I swear.
Don't worry, Mr. Pokelope. I'll guard your body and we'll get your brain back really soon. It's doing important work right now. It's on a mission.
Excellent. There it is. Good work, Shigor. Now all we have to do is get it in the brain tank somehow.
Oh.
Whose brain is purple or whatever?
Sasha's?
No,
Maybe?
everyone has normal brains. Yeah, their brains are in their jars.
Oh. Huh.
Mr. Pokelope, he's my king.
Nice and easy.
So funny, Mr. Pokelope. Someone's got chocolate bread. Someone does.
But Rasputin,
Recranialization of an adult brain without surgery.
That's a very advanced procedure. How did you know how to do it?
Well, I've studied it a little. But Shigor here knows more about handling brains than anyone I've ever met.
Really? You know, I've been thinking about getting a lab assistant.
Shigor, darling, do you know where all of the other children's brains are?
Well, if you can lead us to them.
I mean, I got them
Bring
already.
them back to
Uh-huh.
their owners immediately.
Ahem.
Immediately after we break young Miss Zanado here out of her restraints.
Oh, is that the first time they say her last name?
That's nice, darling.
Yeah.
But why don't you help us instead?
Just thinking really hard at the problem.
Instead of that, why don't you help me free Mrs. Zanado?
2, 3.
Huh.
Whose brain was that?
Hat on. I'd bust this thing myself.
Wait, the brain of
Turtle's
Tokyo-
brain is still in there. Oh no.
Yeah,
What
I
have we
know.
done?
I guess they didn't expect you to come back here.
Yeah?
I think we're gonna
Yep.
find out the brain actually.
Oh, also, I think I have a bit of lag. Like, it feels like the lip syncing is a bit, well, desynced.
Oh, saving autosave.
Yeah.
No point of return. Point of no return.
Yep.
Those oleanders get a burn.
At least he never got inside your brain. It's going to take me weeks to get my rhythm back.
Rasputin, you have surprised us yet again. I cannot thank you enough for what you've done.
Hey, all in a day's work for a psychonaut.
Well, Psy Cadet, you mean.
Hey, the psychonauts should be so lucky to get someone like Raz. The brain he's got in there is
Is 1 in a million. Thanks to all of you for bringing it straight to my door. Oleander.
You! You took all my friends' brains. You turned an innocent fish into a giant monster. You stole all the teachers, derailing my education. And you kidnapped my girlfriend.
Rasputin, this fight is too big for you.
Back home, I had to clean up after the elephants. So trust me, I know how to take care of this ugly little pile of...
Kids, let the grown-ups handle this.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Alright. And the
Yeah.
credits just roll because just handle it, you know? I know, a psychic
God,
battle.
that'd be funny.
we get to kill him too.
Well, it's official. The genius is back.
Dogs playing poker.
Get ready for my Garrity show. Uh-oh, this looks bad. Ah, well, that's good. Someone must have turned off the gas long ago.
Huh.
Oh, here's what my poor flowers need. A little water.
Oh boy.
Oh no, I spilled all my turpentine and acetone.
Oh no.
Hey, Boyd! Long
He has
time
T-Rex
no
on.
see.
Oh no. Everything is coming
Yeah.
together.
I did not see you there. I was just taking a little therapeutic walk in the moonlight.
Relax, the asylum's closed. We can all go home.
Leave? Here?
Yeah, this place is for crazy people. And I don't know
Hey,
about you,
shut up.
but I ain't crazy
Yeah.
no more.
I have to tell you, I'm feeling pretty good.
You know, maybe it is time for us all to move on.
What do you think, Boyd? You ready to blow this popsicle stand?
Uh-huh.
Oh, was he demonically
Has completed
possessed?
his route.
I don't know about. I know he was brainwashed into defending this place, but at the same time, he did do arson before coming here, and then I think that was just like him finally getting over the feelings of, I don't know, being brainwashed into guarding this place or something. I don't know.
Like he's over
But
his
I still love that image
own
of
problems there.
I can hear that.
I know.
Actually, there is something in the second game that might suggest what actually happened there.
Oh.
Can't believe ghosts are real.
Oh, I'm reminded of that
I mean,
one.
I can feel it.
I'm reminded of that one SpongeBob bit.
The psychonauts have a word for people who turn on their own.
Ha! I don't need the psychonauts anymore. I'm making my
The
own.
part where
Got a word for that?
turns out
Gesundheit.
Wow.
Wow.
yeah, it reminds me of that part in SpongeBob where Bubble Buddy let a guy drown, and really like goes to heaven.
God.
He made me experience high tides. Oh.
Yeah. I've also never actually seen SpongeBob. Like, I've seen, well, like 1 or 2 episodes just incidentally, but it's just. Like, I feel I was too old for it at the time that I first saw it, you know? I just had
Oh,
no
yeah.
nostalgia for it. Because it wasn't the show that we really watched.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
that was
we
my
talked
fault.
about that
I was
before,
ready for
but
that one.
Always in such a rush, Rasputin. It takes years before you're
Too
ready for
bad. We ran out of time to implement the final boss.
Very surprised, Nine.
Yep.
This one's been acing all my extra credit exams. I beat the coach once already, and I can do it again.
Darling, that was just a remote projection of the coach. He wasn't as strong as he would be if he were to appear in the real world.
Uh-oh. Ganon.
TV.
Where's his brain?
Oh, probably stuck in one of his plans to take over the world somewhere.
Oh.
And that's the end of that chapter.
Episode wasn't great.
How's the weather
Well-
down there?
Listen, James, it's a sliding scale of what Simpsons episodes can be considered not great some 20 years on.
Yeah, but it just kind of
Picking on someone your own
petered out after a
Yes,
certain point.
power. He's the man with a name you love to touch. That wasn't a great episode, but in comparison to what came after, I'm willing to give it like
Two can play that game.
some credit.
But only one can
Yeah.
win.
These disses are not working.
Yeah.
Okay, it's boss time.
But yeah, it's boss time. We finally get to go against the think tank.
But for real this time. Not a psychic version of the tank. Also, funny thing that you say that they ran out of time for the boss. Like,
No, no, I was joking, but like, sure, tell me.
oh, also that health bar, the last health bar is filled out. Well, not last, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, when they were making Psychonauts 2, they weren't sure if they were going to implement bosses because of the lack of money.
Yeah, that's very fair. And also try fire.
Time for the little
If,
fire, Scarecrow. Well, oh. Yeah, you gotta burn
Yeah.
those.
Because it's wood. You can't smash through wood with
Brick.
debris. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. standing here. I realize. Sorry, can it?
Actually, this is more of the collective consciousness song, since you're fighting the tank.
You know what? You do have a point there. That said, I don't remember enough of the lyrics of the collective consciousness song. It's a good song, especially for,
Yeah,
you know, at the moment.
yeah. Thank God Metal Gear is actually political. It doesn't, like, try to wuss out on it.
Oh yeah, Metal
Yeah.
Gear is like, if anyone goes, oh, I wish this game wasn't political. I wish it was like Metal Gear. I'm like, have you played Metal Gear?
Yeah.
It's like a 60-hour treatise on politics with like about half that in gameplay.
Yeah, like, Kojima
God.
actually grew up post-World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, he has a lot to say about the United States government, and also
He has a
like
staggering amount
military-industrial
to say.
complex.
Like, if you go and listen to every codec conversation, you can get like a really in-depth analysis of his own politics, and it's fascinating.
Yep. And he's not subtle.
It's not subtle at all. It's
Super. Sneezing. Powder. Try.
like Metal Gear as a whole is not subtle. It's
Hold it.
just very funny when
Yeah.
people think that it's apolitical.
Yep. Or when Final Fantasy VII is apolitical.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no.
like
Damn it, Raz.
Oh, this is just great. Now what am I going to do? Have to think. Like I got a choice.
Oh, I guess I was wrong about the brain. The one that was in that one room. I have no idea what it is. I thought it was going to be Coach
Yep.
Oleander's. Because of this boss fight.
yep. This is why Raz is a
Brain
step above the
fight.
rest. Yo, he got put. He's just a brain, and he can just still launch himself across places. Brain fight, brain fight, brain fight.
Oleander, but you can call me Maury or Ole.
Coach Oleander? What are you doing in my mind?
How did you get in my happy meadow? Nobody's supposed to know about it. You didn't tell my dad about it, did you? Oh, that's him! Oh no! Come on, little bunny! We'll be safe in here!
That's interesting.
Maybe.
Yep. Also, that big chunky bunny.
Oh, cobwebs.
Cobwebs and meat on the walls.
Meat Circus, Meat Circus, Meat
What was
Circus.
that thing calling Raz's name?
And a ghost. A ghost. Maybe. I don't know. It looked like its character portrait like stretching past a membrane or something.
The last time I checked.
No! No! Little bunny, don't go in there! That's a bad place! That's a bad place!
Das ist wohl blunt smoking.
But yeah, welcome to the Meat Circus.
This is that level. This is the level everyone hates.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I actually
Whoa.
knew about, like, in advance.
Yeah, I mean it's very
The
like
circus.
Oh, good. Confusion ammo up.
Oh, love having more infinite ammo.
infinite ammo +1.
Good thing I could throw more of these. Aquados. World's skinniest
Aquados.
dog. Bunnies. Knife throws. Oh yeah, that's creepy as hell.
Wait,
Glacial.
what's Rasputin's last name? Is it Aquato?
Yep. And he's
Huh.
and he's cursed to die in water.
Hence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The many hands. God, I'm still thinking about the boss fight, or I guess the encounter with Linda when you first, yeah, while you're underwater, traversing through that air bubble, and you see the hands through her point of view, trying to like grasp at Rasputin.
That's all that remains. Oh, here's a. Yeah, I got like
Weird.
4 more levels to get. I'm going to get them. I see that pun you made, Barry.
Well, I mean, Smeg said, "Nice to meet ya." So
Oh, I didn't
therefore,
notice that before.
yeah. I said we're really raising the stakes.
Did I?
There's so many meat puns. I'm not going to get into them.
Of course. Yeah.
So this is like.
Oh,
There's just bacon for it, you know?
So yeah, this is like a combination of Raz's and Coach's mind.
Yeah. Because their brains have been mushed together.
Because Raz had like the smart idea to like put his brain in the tank.
Which was, like, admittedly the most sensible thing he could have done.
Turns out.
Yeah.
You gotta help me save the bunny. If you just would
You gotta.
I could catch him and hide him from my dad. He runs a butcher shop. He wants to make food out of them.
So yeah.
That's right. Maury's old man was a butcher. It looks like your childhood memories of the circus got all mixed up with his childhood memories of his dad's butcher shop.
My memories were bad enough. This is just gross. Uh-oh.
So yeah, the reason for the bunnies in the
Better keep that kid out of trouble.
tutorial,
With your brains all scrambled like this, what
it was
happens
foreshadowing.
happens to you.
Yeah, really. Really, and didn't notice that until like this, watching your playthrough of it.
Yep. So it's an escort
like-
mission. Everyone loves those.
Well, it's not always an escort mission, thankfully, but yeah,
Yeah, but still.
agreed. Also, shout out to Discord for disconnecting me and then reconnecting me and fixing my connection problem for the stream.
Huh.
That was still weird and kind of unwelcome that I just kind of did that automatically. I was like, well, but I'm still talking, so that's something.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Can't get a good grip.
Come here, bunny.
You have to hold it for.
Nui.
Nui.
Oh. Yeah, I
The
can
Nui.
understand, like, if this is
Yeah.
the last level and it's an escort mission, it feels... yeah.
They very much sort of ran out of time to
Oh.
like actually make it good.
Yeah, like, if
Yeah,
this is the last one they made, which isn't always the case, because a lot of games, develop levels out of order, then it could just be they simply ran out of time and didn't have time to, like, refine the mechanics, so it ended up just kind of obnoxious.
I got you, Mr. Bunny.
Yeah.
I should make a save.
Yeah.
Just in case I do anything that like.
Yeah, I know
causes-
this level thankfully has hippocampus around.
Oh yeah.
I think that like you can go back to earlier parts if need.
you can
like,
go
that's why
back
you-
to-
That one. Yeah, the beginning with that fortune teller that he can allow you to make psychors.
Also,
for that
there's
very
the Double
reason.
Fine logo.
Yeah.
You can go back to any mine place, but any real world place you're screwed out of. So you better get everything before then.
Yeah.
It's also annoying to get reminded every
Yeah.
so often. Oh wait, you're supposed to. Oh boy. Yeah, you're supposed to like dodge it. Ah, not quite. You can see why everyone loves this level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. It's a pity that it's like this. Though, it's not the worst I've seen. I think that of, like, an ending sort of level kind of falling short, the worst, in my opinion, will always be the Bed of Chaos in Dark Souls the first.
Oh boy, he's floating.
For a moment there, I thought you meant like the Maw of Chaos and Thief, which kind of does have a lot of problems. Honestly, the first two Thief games both have the problem with the last level being not entirely great.
Well, Thief 3 has that the whole game.
Like, Thief 3, for all of its, like, many flaws, isn't as terrible as a lot of people say. It just gets a bad rap because it follows Thief 1 and 2.
Ah, fuck.
And then Thief 4 followed that, and it's like, oh, all is forgiven. Because in comparison, Thief Deadly Shadows feels like a fitting end to the series.
Well, Thief Deadly Shadows is actually a finished game.
Yeah. It's... like, again,
Also,
it's not a perfect game, but they honestly tried. There are some really fun levels in it, some really interesting concepts, and an actual story that fits in with the other two games. Yeah.
Platforming, not good in this level.
Yeah. Oh, I guess warn me in case I ever. Warn me if I ever sound robotic because I'm having some weird connection issues on my desktop. My laptop is fine. Like the YouTube stream is going perfectly okay. I would connect on my laptop because it seems its Wi-Fi actually, works a lot better. But just having that weird Discord issue where it just gets stuck on connecting to the call. So yeah, just wanted to give a heads up.
Smeg says, Thief 3, walk down the street and see how everyone murders each other without your input.
Yeah, that absolutely can happen. Because there's like a faction system where you can like end up doing things for the pagans or the Hammerites and get them on your side, you know? And they won't attack you in the like open world like streets areas if you're high enough, friendship with them for doing like their missions. Except they're still extremely hostile to each other. And so there will just be like random brawls pulling everyone in a district and you can do nothing to stop them. Yeah. So in practice it's not that helpful to actually do that other than like giving you a couple of extra safe locations to like sneak around to.
Huh.
Again, I'm willing to give them a lot of credit for trying, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, honestly, especially as I get older, I really appreciate games that actually try to do something new.
Yeah.
Because there's so many that just don't. Like I haven't played a Call of Duty in forever, but I know like every year or so. Yeah, it is like every year they release a new one. It makes like $1 billion or whatever, and then no one ever talks about it ever again.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
it's
I
kind of like
ended
the
up watching like a retrospective in the Call of Duty series, like last week, and it's actually pretty interesting to see how it developed from being like World War II shooter that's, it doesn't glorify warfare. It talks about, yeah, people did extraordinary things during this, but war is an absolute meat grinder that we should never glorify. And then went on to glorifying it because, of course, it did. That sold more games.
yeah. Like I only played a little bit of the first Call of Duty. Oh, memory.
Oh. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, I got all the vaults.
Congrats on the Fallout 4 achievement. Must have taken a bit. But
Yeah, I just
God,
linked
oh
that
yeah, you know,
Call of
first Call of Duty is
Duty's
definitely
multiplayer campaign critique.
Oh fuck.
From the same person that made the
Yeah.
7.5-hour Resident Evil video. Yeah, these are not games that I have ever played. Yeah.
Speaking of 7.5 hours, I hear Quentin Reviews is almost done with the
yeah,
Victorious
that's fair.
Part 2 episode.
Oh god. I actually did watch the Victorious thing,
God, I
and it's
haven't
like,
seen
I have no
that.
idea what this show is, and it sounds more made up as you describe it to me.
I didn't watch it. I did watch iCarly, but I didn't watch that at the time.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch iCarly, because, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did he have Gal
Tunnel of Bunny Love.
There's gonna be a lot of babies coming out of there.
God.
Anyway.
No cartoons. But yeah, baggage. Emotional baggage? Whose emotional baggage are we clearing up at this moment?
Well, I guess
both at once?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, probably oleanders as well. Or just oleanders, because...
Yeah.
We did the brain tumbler experiment, and it's like, we got all the baggage there.
Brain side of Tumblr,
Oh, yeah.
please explain this.
God.
How close are we to a level? It's not telling me.
Weird.
Bot. Bot in the chat.
No. I'll get it. And... Oh, and,
Oh!
that, right? Is that what the...
Yes, Meg.
Right.
Oh god, the Keeper Assassins. Which were a cool concept. It's like, they speak telepathically, because they like use the Keeper runes, and Garrett's like, since I'm still technically a Keeper, I can hear them talk. And they have this like constant chatter of like it's a cool concept for a scene, but then they just end up butchering everyone in the city with no input from you, which actually makes it easier to navigate at some points. Yeah, again, it's conceptually very cool because we're the first game. The main antagonists end up being the pagans, and the second game it's the mechanists, like a whole chaos and then order thing. The villains of the third game are effectively the keepers who've been trying to keep balance, because it turns out that actually means that they are, staffed mostly by people with their own weird agendas. Anyway,
Yeah.
centrism.
centrism and just keeping the status. Yeah, just keeping the status quo.
I have 11 lives.
Nice. 86
It's
out of
just
94.
cool seeing, like, oh, if Garrett had stayed with the Keepers, would he eventually have ended up one of these, you know?
Yeah.
Because the assassins are, like, kind of Garrett's, but more murderous, basically. Yeah, the Cradle, like, which Smeg has brought up, like, it's an insane asylum level, and you're going to go, oh, it's one of those. It's actually portrayed like it's not, oh, everyone who was in there turned evil because they're. It's because, well, there's a lot more going on in it, and the people who are brought back as reanimated corpses in the Cradle are. Well, they're as much victims as anyone else, and it's like there's a whole tragic story of how it ended up that way. And you do kind of solve a lot of the, like, you free the people that you can from being trapped inside, like, the evil haunted asylum, you know? And it is, yeah, it's also a really effective horror level. It's got a lot of very subtle and environmental storytelling going on, in addition to, like, the obvious, like, having letters describing what happened in the past there, you know? Like, the obligatory, oh yeah, someone has left recorded audio logs every 10 meters. This is a trail. But, like, it does it pretty effectively. It'd be very easy to overdo it and just make it, like, you know, lose all of its impact, but it's... like, they put a lot of thought into how it worked as a level as well. And yeah.
Yeah. Glad to hear that, actually. You know, there's so few examples of, like, any sort of asylum level handled remotely well.
Like, it is an absolutely tragic story, and there's a handful of, like, oh, he was so insane, he was evil, but it's like, it's very clearly shown, oh, this is the tiny minority of it, and the stuff that was done there was far worse than anything they would ever have done. And it's just portrayed in a really, like, in a really tragic light that makes, like, the whole thing kind of uncomfortable, but in a different way to, oh, you're trapped in a wacky, insane asylum, usually is in games, you know?
Yeah.
And again, it's not, like, perfect in its handling of it, but it's a lot better than a lot of other games have done.
Oh. Oh dear. Didn't mean to hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it also has a handful of the museum level near the end of Thief 3. Like, that is a fantastic level.
Is it like a in-game museum about the game?
I'm sorry, what?
Is it
no.
in-game museum
I don't think
about the...
There's... it's the city's museum. And it's got, like, a lot of treasures that you yourself looted in the earlier games. Because what you're trying to do is, oh, they've got the eye stored in the museum, and I kind of need that back. Whoops.
Oh, that's funny.
And so that actually does have a cameo from, like, you pick up the eye and it immediately goes, oh, it's been so long! Are you here to help me unleash the ultimate evil again? And you're like, no! It's just a really well put together level with a lot of callbacks to the first two games in a way that doesn't feel overbearing. And it's just, steal a ton of loot that's guarded in cool ways. It's a very, like, in the same way that the bank level in Thief 2 is fantastic for being, like, you're robbing a bank. This is you're robbing a museum, and it's just done very well. There's also the Pirate Widow's Mansion, which is a fantastic level. And at the end, you're like given the option of, do you take this woman's life savings, or do you just let her have like a comfortable life? And you're actually just given that option at the end. Like, it's not mandatory, except in the highest difficulty, in which you have to rob her, and it's deliberately like set up to make it look like you don't until the very last moment.
There were fine recordings of the villain from the second game.
Oh yeah, that is in the museum level. Because it's all callbacks. Like, there's the eye from the first game. There's all this mechanist stuff in the second game, where it's like, oh yeah, the mechanists were a fad. Let's not talk about them again. Let's just store them in the museum.
God.
Yeah.
Which I love. Isn't like the head mechanist guy the guy that sort of sounds like Droopy Dog or something? I vaguely remember from the BB Gun stream, something like that.
Who, of course, we all drew as Droopy the dog.
Oh fuck! Oh, okay. Oh, there's one I missed. Yeah, there's that one, and then the one on the slide.
Yep.
Boing. Ah, fuck.
Yep.
You gotta have it on the edge.
Yeah, this is certainly a weird thing. You think it'd be like set up or scripted so that they would aim towards the edge, just to make it a bit easier.
Yeah, it feels like in a slightly more refined version of Meat Circus, that's what they would have done.
Yeah.
They would have played for it a few more times and gone, actually, that's a bit clunky, let's change that. And they just didn't have the time.
Yeah. You know what? I guess real quick, because in case there's someone listening to this who hasn't played Dark Souls the first, I want to go back and talk about the Bed of Chaos, just because it's like, it has some of the incredibly fascinating, like, lore behind it, about what's going on there. But then, the game just... you can kind of tell they were running out of money or time at this point. And it's like, the final fight there is just, like, a crapshoot, basically, where you have to go hit some certain parts, like, blocked off by, like, mountain. Nice.
That's all figures.
Mountains. Yay.
Huh. I hope I didn't miss... I really hope I didn't miss anything to keep me out of not level 100, rank 100.
Can you make more cards?
No, he got all the cards.
Huh. Weird.
Also, we missed, like, some primal memories. Let's look at them real quick. This is the lady.
Oh, the theater lady, yeah. Oh, and going to make the villain of brain fart. Thief 2 have the same voice actor as Garrett, which is funny to think about.
How do you go for Droopy Dog? There's Fred who sucks.
Yeah.
Waterloo. Primal Memories. Edgar.
God, I almost wish this game had alternate skins so that you could just be like Black Velvet Raz throughout the rest of the game. Because I do really love that aesthetic.
Yeah, on the one hand, like you've got it fits that level perfectly, so that's where you get it.
True.
On the other hand, like that would be a fun thing to have for like after you've beaten the game, you unlock the ability to do that or something. I don't know, some late game reward.
Yeah,
It's
that's everything. It should be everything.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, I know why you didn't get it.
Yeah.
He saw that the one page like, oh, redeem these with Ford. One of them was a Psychor. You never
no,
redeemed that.
that's fine. That's okay. You can buy more than you need.
But
yeah,
but that's a whole site. Like, wait, I'm trying to think. What's the one that like actually levels you up? Like the one that you combine with the cards.
side challenge marker.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Saving game.
Hey, little Oli. It's okay. Those monsters are gone now.
Maybe being the final boss will give us 100.
You beat the final boss and you get... What was your reward for getting to level 100? You've already got infinite ammo. What could you even conceivably need?
An extra
bonus.
scene.
Beat your shop. I'll let you look at raw pork chops.
Here, little bunnies. Don't run,
Yep.
or else Daddy's gonna kill ya.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Meg pointed out Favre Karras from Thief 2 has the same voice actor as Garrett. He's just putting on like a really nasally, high-pitched voice. It's... yeah. Honestly, it's... There are a couple of horror games I can think of which do have the same thing, like the villain has the same voice actor as the main character. Although the one that's springing to mind right now is Deus Ex the Nameless mod, being it's like a fan-made thing. The same guy auditioned for the hero and the villain's voices and he didn't realise it was the same guy because he sounded so different.
Oh wow.
So in the final game, like, the protagonist that you hear all the time is voiced by one of the most like someone who also voices the most outlandish villain. It's great. You literally can't tell they're the same guy unless you know that.
That's cute.
Maybe this?
Yeah. So the quote that's in Isekai naming right now is from that fan fiction I've been writing. Oh yeah, Blue Cat Girl Emperor Palpatine is deliberately a reference to Isekai naming chat. I'm glad someone caught it.
God, nice.
Maybe.
I think attacking the cleaver once it's embedded, because I remember seeing someone else also stream this game and get stuck here a bit, because it's like, how do you continue?
Alright everyone, we need to dive into Kitty Cat Herder's memories.
Oh no.
Figure out how to solve the game. Yeah.
Ah, dang it. Didn't dodge it.
You know, I've never actually seen Inception.
I have.
Yeah.
I remember thinking it was pretty interesting, but it's been so many years since I saw it. But I remember getting kind of... Okay. Try attacking him?
I did.
Oh, shooting his head when it's embedded? I don't know. But, yeah, like, it's been so many years since I saw Inception. I just know that I like Paprika more, is
Yeah,
the thing.
Paprika is. Like, I've seen
It's just,
Paprika.
it's just, it hits all the high notes much higher.
Yeah, with Inception, it's
Oh
like
wait.
I missed it when I was in cinemas, and I was told, "Oh, there's no point seeing it unless you're seeing it in the cinema." I just went, "Okay,"
Huh.
and I just never watched it. Like, I don't know if that was someone
Yeah.
playing up, "Oh, it looks so good in 3D," or they were just like using hyperbole there. But I just went, "You know what? Sure, I don't want to watch it now."
What? Okay, what hit me there?
Come here.
Pretty sure nothing hit me there. Oop, there.
Yeah, bunny.
Okay.
Next time Miss Cleaver gets stuck in the ground,
No, good thing you have the health regen.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Punch.
Ah, damn it!
Oh, you were in the air.
I did manage to like
I-
figure
I'm
that
not
out
by-
before he said that. But
Yeah,
it's not
it's
bombing
just-
the ground at all.
Yeah, and the fact that he doesn't really do it unless you try trying to bait him into doing it.
Fucking!
This mentions a movie that was a mystery science feature where David Warner played both the villain and the hero's father. And it's like, on the one hand, there are some like actual plays and stuff that traditionally have that, like the obvious one being Peter Pan, which is
Okay,
the same actor is meant to play Captain Hook and what's he called, the father of the children in the real world, you know.
Yeah.
But that feels less intentional here. It's just like, you have David Warner on set, just get him to play two characters, who cares? I believe he's, unless I'm getting him mixed up with someone else, he's the voice of Irenicus in Baldur's Gate.
Irenicus? Huh.
Am I right? Am I thinking of someone else here?
David Warner did play a villain in Phantasmagoria 2. Ah!
Yeah,
damn
David
it.
Warner, voice of John Irenicus.
It's too bad Irenicus sucks and also everything surrounding him.
He isn't the best written character, but that voice performance is fantastic.
Oh,
Like, that elevates a fairly bad script into something good. Yeah.
Okay, there.
Yeah, I feel they kind of overdid him in Siege of Dragonspear when they didn't really need to. Like, just because they had him doing some of the narration, they brought him in as a character who just appear and be like a mysterious hooded figure on the side of the road who narrates your life. And it's like, yeah. Oh?
What's going on here? What have you done to our circus?
Dad!
Polluted. Perverted. This looks like the work of mentalists.
I can explain.
Have you been associating with psychics?
Dad,
Psychics. Fortune tellers. They killed your grandfather. They cursed our entire family to die in water.
Yes, but...
Including you, Rasputin. And me. But I'm going to live. You know why? Because I'm still an acrobat. Let's see if you are. What's it going to be, son? Die in the water? Or show me what you got?
Yep, there's another
No,
form.
no.
It's time it's platforming.
The final
Yeah.
boss of the game. 3D platforming.
But yeah, I guess it feels important to point out that this line, I think this line was actually recorded. Because originally, instead of fortune tellers, it was unfortunately a slur. That,
Yeah, I can imagine what it
yeah,
is, and like, it's good that he looked back and went, actually, we shouldn't have done that. You know?
yeah. Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
it's a word which is still often used when it really shouldn't be.
Yep.
God.
Just tanking. Just my mental
I
interpretation
appreciate
of
that
my.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, James tanking all those hits and not able to dodge them. Just made me think of like, du- my psychic representation of my father is attacking me with fireballs, but I can just tank every single one of them and move on. But yeah, no, it's
yeah, if
yeah,
you
the
turn that into a light novel title, you can post it. Yeah.
yeah, but oh yeah, to go back a bit, I do appreciate that they really saw that, like, like you said, like, oh, this totally blows because, yeah, no, like I know, especially in the U.S., like a lot of people don't really realize it at all. That
I
like,
mean,
ah,
over
yeah, no,
here, people
PMP,
just say that word and intending it to be, as offensive as it actually kind of is.
The meat bubbles.
Yeah,
yeah, also meat bubbles,
yeah.
huh? But sorry, distracted by meat bubbles and flaming hoops.
Ah, fuck.
Oh. Yeah, I hear this section is, like, kind of way more difficult than intended.
Yep.
Don't know if they fixed the bugs that made the water rise far faster than it's meant to. But it doesn't seem to be like the rising water that's the problem, other than, giving you a time limit.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
Up here. Think fast. There you go. Good. Pretty good. Now you can reach those. Incoming. Hey, son, catch. You used to like to get catch.
Ugh. Ow. Okay, that's fine.
Pretty good.
Holding down the whole time.
No, of course, because you're sliding down the ladder, so of course you'd hold down. But yeah, you know what? This level may have flaws, but I do absolutely adore
You
the,
cheated.
the aesthetic.
I used the acrobatics you taught me.
Don't lie to me, cheater. You crystal ball readers always cheat. You're no son of mine.
Oh, someone is adding me.
Oli, are you okay? Where's your dad?
He's over there, talking to your dad.
E.D. What?
Uh-oh.
Somebody's going to get grounded.
Make that ground.
My two dads' mental projections are attacking me. Hold
God.
on a sec.
All right.
Hi. and someone's just making a Half-Life VR with the AI self-aware joke.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's
I'm surprised you don't have.
Yeah, it's the 2-year anniversary.
Yep. I'm surprised you don't have streamer mode on Discord while
The thing
streaming.
is, I do.
Oh, then. Like, I never have
That's
even
my
like
secret
ads
cat.
or whatever.
I always have streamer mode on.
Okay, this part is easier because you just have to throw the things at him. No secret thing you have to do.
Yeah, it's very well telegraphed of what you need to do, so you don't feel like.
Of course, sometimes it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
This is like that Simpsons episode.
Rasputin, I see your skull is as hard to penetrate as ever.
Dad!
What is your brain doing out here in this tank with this other brain? And who are all these unconscious people? What have you gotten yourself involved with? Psychics. He's been cavorting with filthy, cheating psychics. Is that really how I look in your mind? Man, do I hate psychics. But seeing my son happy. I don't hate psychics. I used my psychic connection with you to find you and to project myself into your mind.
But how can you hate me for being psychic if you're psychic too?
Son, I could never hate you. I only wanted you to be happy, Rasputin. And safe. Our family has many enemies. I have a lot more hair than that. Now, son, we have to carefully unweave your psyche from that other brain. We don't want anything bad to happen while your mind is in this tangled state. The damage could be permanent. Unweave? Detangle? Never. I like it this way. I mean, look at how huge I am. And I think I can juggle now.
Watch out for the double dad demon.
I don't know.
Strong one here, but I'm about to give you my son. You must take care of it, because it's everything I've got.
Weird how he knows to do this because the second game sort of addresses that, yeah, he's pretty much a novice. Anyway, kaiju battle.
Wait, his dad's treated as a novice in the
Yeah.
second game? Huh. You know what? Maybe this is like, you know.
Uh-oh. Gotta recharge.
Oh.
Yeah, see that meter under the thing?
Kill the two-headed
yeah.
dad monster. The words constantly popping up in the corner of my vision.
But yeah, maybe this is like the one thing he was able to like really specialize in. This
Yeah,
weird.
he's not
projection
like Raz is like he's picking up so many psychic abilities, and a lot of the other characters only seem to have like one speciality. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing they teach you, is that they're one thing. And so his
Yeah.
dad having one ability, which he just happens to be really good at, you know, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and you know it's funny. I was gonna say earlier, it's kind of like shonen anime where, oh, two-headed bunny. But yeah, it kind with someone like learning one special ability and then having to learn
Bam!
the rest as they go. But yeah, and there goes the two-headed dad monster.
The achievement for that was I thought that was unbeatable with a picture of meat.
Oh no. You've beat the meat.
Also, I love that the both of them can run backwards so fast, but then they are acrobats.
They
By
are
trade.
video game characters.
And video game characters.
Backwards B-hop.
Bunnies! No! No meat!
No more. No more meat. Look.
There you go. Good little bunny. Hey, thanks for helping me save the bunnies. And for talking to my dad.
No problem, little Oli.
Talking to your dad with psychic mind bullets.
Oh no, it's the end of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Eating the brains now.
When you walk away, you don't hear me say. Oh my god. I can't sing the rest, I'm laughing too much.
Outside poked around a bit. Tell me about this Lily person.
Hey!
And so, that brings us to the end. Where, as you can clearly see, the personal demons causing my negative behavior have all been eradicated.
Oh, I saw baggage that looked like personal baggage.
This is also corroborated in CAT scan number 3 on page 59 of your handouts. On a personal note, I would just like to reiterate how extremely, extremely sorry I am for stealing all of your brains and trying to take over the world. Mistakes have been made, but this camp is all about education. And I know I, for one, learned plenty. Thanks to that guy right there. Come on up here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she was sitting on baggage.
We endeavor to build strong minds here, with the power to lift things, to see things, to burn things. It's a special quality of your heart, not your mind, that truly makes a great psychonaut. This young man has it. We did not give it to him. He got it from someone else, long before he came here. But we can give him this, to honor his mind, his courage, and his heart. Son, we do not normally ask this of someone so young, but it is obvious to us all that you are not average. Will you join us, Rasputin? Will you be a psychonaut?
Oh, look in the background closely. There.
Okay, let's be perfectly clear about this.
Well,
That was Raz's old design, his original design, in the going to the bathroom.
Not over yet.
Yeah.
Hang out for a couple weeks still.
My family's out on the East Coast. Where's yours?
They move around a lot.
Well, you better go. Your dad's waiting for you.
Well,
Bye.
Number 2.
Children, it's an emergency. There's been another kidnapping.
I was here the whole time. You saw me.
No, this time we know who it is, and that's what scares us.
who was kidnapped?
Truman Zonato, the grand head of the psychonauts.
Dad,
Sir, can you teleport this many of us back to headquarters?
Huh? What? Hey, what are you people doing in my kitchen? Now get!
Guess we're taking a jet.
Don't worry about your dad, darling. We'll get him back.
Yes, after all, we'll have Rasputin helping us.
I'm going?
Now how could we do this without our anti-kidnapping specialist?
I've taught you everything I can, son. Now, you go show them. Show them all.
Let's go.
Oh. Yeah, Mary posted Rhombus of Ruin in the secret channel.
No, I didn't.
That was me.
Oh, right. Well, why don't you put it in the YouTube chat as well?
I don't even know what Rhombus of Ruin is.
It's the in-between of this and 2.
Uh-huh.
No, sure, I'll put that in there.
But yeah, Rhombus of
Yeah.
Ruin.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a VR game,
Yeah.
so I can have some difficulty streaming that. But instead of like giving, our audience homework, basically, of like, hey, watch this at some point, I post it here because in case we either wanted to jump through 2 or jump into 2 immediately, or actually look at that LP together and talk about it, especially since it has no commentary, which I know feels weird. It definitely feels weird to me, but it's like it's either this or like potentially like, oh hey, have some homework of check this out when you have the time, I guess, which also feels weird.
It crashed. It crashed.
Oh,
and
the
closed.
game crashed. The game or OBS?
Ah, fuck.
Really jump into the next game, like.
So I'm doing that.
Stream.
Fuck. Okay, not alt tabbing in the fucking.
Nah.
Okay, hold on. Let me connect again. Yeah, okay, it's appearing in the thing. Hopefully we get to actually see the bonus scene.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to see the bonus. Yeah.
The bonus soda.
Okay, so how do we get the bonus scene?
You need to have 100.
100?
Have to go through this again.
Damn, we can't just go straight to the credits and hope for. Yeah, no, that kind of makes sense.
It does not take place after the second game, by the way. You messed that up, Kitty, in the YouTube chat.
Oh, it takes place right after. Oh. Okay, well, kinda. I miswrote a little bit.
Oh, wow, that was bullshit.
Oh. Technical issues.
Yep, so technical issues, we're fighting the boss again. Ah, fuck.
Because of a technicality, we didn't we finally defeated.
If it turns out we don't have 100, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, no idea how you didn't get 100 by this point.
Hopefully it gives us 100 after, like, the credits or something.
I'm not sure of that, though.
Yeah, this is going a lot quicker.
Yeah. But
yeah, Psychonauts 2 final level is nowhere near as bad. Final level and boss fight.
This does feel a bit like.
This feels zen.
Yeah. Oh, Zen is like the iconic bad final level.
Half-Life 1, the Zen just... Going to be honest, I kind of don't like the Gernok fight in the remake.
Yeah.
In the original, it was just over and done with real quickly.
Okay.
So how
That
was
was
your
weird.
day?
Alright, I guess. Fairly chill overall. Got to...
Smeg
Yeah,
says
I'm on.
chill with the cat.
Oh,
Smeg says the first half of the Zen remake was great. And I'll admit, they did like flesh it out and like it feels
yeah.
cool.
The first half of it, definitely, like, that's an improvement on the original. The second half, it drags a bit.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, as in regards to how I am, I'm honestly just relaxing after a stressful month at this point. I've got next week off, and I'm just gonna, like, chill out as much as possible.
Nice. I'm glad to hear it.
Doing as little as I can get away with, you know?
Yeah.
So, I spent like half the last 2 days napping. Like after work
Nice.
yesterday, you know, just snoozed for a while. Yeah. I've done my shopping for at least the next few days, so I don't need to do that.
Okay, oh god.
And with new chapters of my fanfiction uploaded, I am mostly just refreshing that page to see if anyone's actually reading it.
That's a mood.
Yeah.
I love you refusing.
I was able to do it before.
Yeah, it's still funny seeing you not able to just skip past it. But at the same time, I absolutely get the motivation to refuse to actually do the damn, do the damn thing how it was intended, because it looks kind of annoying with the
It
timing.
is. Ow.
Now, so I don't know if Speg was there for the stream, but someone in a Discord that we're both in is like streaming every N64 game. Like, people can vote on the order, but mostly it's random, right? And the last game that they got through was Superman 64. Yes, that's Superman 64. And it's like, it lives up to its reputation as possibly the worst game ever. There's like some stiff competition out there, but like on the N64 it's hard to top that for sheer badness. And one of the things that we all agreed would probably improve it is having some feedback when Superman actually takes damage. Because it's very easy to just get locked in a cycle and die horribly before you realise your health is even going down.
Oh wow.
Of course, my suggestion of Superman gives a dull ow every time he's hit wouldn't really have worked. Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Yeah. It's amazing that the game is somehow worse than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smeg was there. Like, there are games that are arguably worse than it. It's just, is a game that suffered so much in its development both from Titus Interactive not always putting out the best games, and from DC going, no, you can't have this gameplay mechanic every time they came up with anything.
God. I remember hearing about some of that.
Oh yeah, and the infamous flying through rings section that opens the game and has really bad controls. Specifically because the frame rate isn't limited, and so sometimes when you turn, something will drop out of sight and you'll suddenly be moving at twice the speed.
That was also meant to be like a tutorial section. Like...
Yeah, it kind of is a tutorial for flying, and in retrospect, it's the best part of the game.
Like, I think the developer implied it was meant to be like an optional tutorial.
Yeah, and he's left it in to pad out the game. And there's only one game that there's only one level that feels like even halfway decent, and it's one of the last levels, and it's because it's so short, it just cuts off very abruptly once you do the objective, you know?
Yeah.
And then the level after it is Brainiac's spaceship, which is a nightmare hell world.
And like, you have to play hard mode to finish the game, except you can kind of cheat it.
You can cheat it, yeah. Yeah, and we actually glitched out the level select, so it showed like extra levels in the end of it. Which is very funny. It turns out, no, they're just placeholder level names, they were never implemented. But it's also terrifying to think, oh, there might have been 2 extra levels at the end.
And also it turns out... multiplayer.
Oh god, the multiplayer. Yeah, it's not a good game. Like, no one is saying it's a good game. Huh, didn't know she voiced Shigor. Okay. She's like, that's a voice actress I actually know by name, and she has a very good range, apparently.
Josh Keaton.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Steve Blum.
Yeah. So there actually are names I recognize here. Yeah.
But yeah, they wanted to like make the game. They wanted to like do a PS1 game where they got to do what they wanted, but that like fell through and they just closed shop. Or wait, yeah, they closed shop.
Wait, is that the game that actually killed Titus Interactive? Like, not that, you know, they really deserve to be around. I played so many Titus games and maybe one good one.
Superman 64 actually sold well. But...
amazingly.
Yeah. It didn't last too long after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one genuinely good game that I can say Titus put out was a Game Boy like isometric puzzler called, I think it was Monster Max, which like it's actually like really technically innovative for like an original Game Boy title. It very convincingly has like 3D in a, you know, on a console that absolutely should not support that. And it's like, wow, that's actually really cool and interesting. And then you realize, oh wait, this is Titus. All their other games kind of suck.
God.
Because I definitely had Titus the Fox for the Amiga because we pirated so many games back then.
Nice.
To be fair, it was the Amiga. Everyone pirated everything.
God, you know what? I've never really used the Amiga or anything, so the only things I know it for are one, the demo scene back in the day.
Yeah?
And two, that one furry webcomic with the one skunk character who had an Amiga. I never really read any like pages, I just know this one
really
older webcomic. I think the creator of that might have also created the character Ziggy.
Yeah.
Nope. Do not know who that is. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. it's like an old pull, but that's the two things I know of the Amiga.
Yeah.
Like the what update? What
Update crew.
update crew?
Yeah, the 2011 update crew.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who apparently mostly just removed racial slurs from it.
God.
Is it really? Is it,
Well,
I suppose it's an ethnic slur, but it's, yeah. To be
Yeah.
fair, like, whilst you're remaking it, that's absolutely a thing you do.
Yeah. Like totally understandable to be like, do we want this in to be how the game's remembered?
Yeah.
Testers?
Like, there's only so much you can do, like, when you're just making a remake to, well, not like a full remake, but a re-release. But, like, I respect them for at least doing that much.
By the way, Kitty, you said, like, Bed of Chaos was pretty bad. The level leading up to it was also really bad.
Yeah, but the whole thing of you had to destroy like a few points, but it's just a chore to get to them.
Yeah.
And it's just everything going on and parts of the level falling away, and it's just all random. Like the only godsend is that they realize that if you don't get checkpointed for destroying the main branches or whatever, then it'd basically be impossible to do in one go. So yeah, it was just like, this is where they were running out of steam / money, or time to finish this, huh?
The second half of the game is pretty bad about that.
Yeah.
Soundtrack available, not to mention T-Search, patches, and more. Double fine.
No, shout out to the volunteer tester team, I guess.
Yeah.
Glad that he got a special thanks.
Oh, that's like in a lot of games you would have like just at the end of credits just a shout out to testers.
Yeah.
Like I remember distinctly way back on the Amiga, like the original Lemmings just had a short section for testers, which in an era where not every game had its credits listed was very nice of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look up the 100% completion thing, because I don't know what I did wrong.
Alright then, everyone enjoy this intermission. Except us, because we're not really allowed to leave.
Yeah, enough of the music.
Chat time.
But yeah, it's weird that the thing didn't, work, because I have no idea what went wrong. That did say redeem that. A part of me wonders if like something weird happened with that, or maybe something glitched out. But no, I guess talk about God, it's so wild to think about like the production of Psychonauts 2, and also that they released like, okay, we don't have Psychonauts 2 still taking a bit to come out, so we'll release this kind of interlude game that's oddly enough VR only, and it's like they make it work and it looks really great, and it kind of lends it is a pretty good interlude of like explaining more of kind of the world a bit, and also what happened to Lily's dad. But like it could also not been a VR only game is the thing that gets me, but it's like, okay, sure.
There are VR games I'm just flat out never going to play.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. Smeg has said, I don't think I've played any Titus games, and looking at their catalogue in Wikipedia is revealing a lot to me. Have you ever heard of the game, where is it? And I've lost it on the list. Power Pigs of the Dark Age.
Absolutely not.
You have absolutely not heard of this game. It is hot garbage. It's a SNES title. I mostly know it from someone saying, like, well, I can't really get, like, good enough at any good games to speedrun them, so what I'm going to do is start speedrunning the most obscure bad games anyone's ever released, and it's just Power Pigs of the Dark Age.
Nice. God. You know what? I guess while we're waiting, I know, like, just been thinking a bit about art for a second. Mostly because that one person I watch on YouTube, she does quite a few videos talking about video games and art, and also she has like her own like nitpicks and problems with like remasters and like how there's never really an option for like keeping things or basically great getting tongue tied, but yes, like a lot of games don't want to just like have a port of like okay so that more people who missed their chance of playing it originally can like play the game again, where they have to like change up a lot of things, or depending on the game, like some games get like a lot more changed up than others, and yeah, like that is an interesting thing to think about, because hell, look at Star Wars, like the original trilogy getting so many changes that it's ludicrous that you can't even buy the originals anymore.
Yeah.
And yeah, like with this, I can absolutely understand of them like wanting to like, know what, like that wasn't part of our, this isn't like what we like intended to be when we first made this game, and we're coming up with this game to be like, racist and xenophobic towards like traveling people. So like, no, we want to get like remove some like that out of here.
All levels 100% complete. Congratulations,
Oh.
Psycho Master ass.
Yeah.
Nice.
Psycho Master ass.
Assomaster. Wait, no. Gotta put that in. Is the guy naming chat?
Oh no.
Give me a second.
How dare you sully that sacred ground?
But yeah, I don't know what else I could do other than the punching minigame.
It says. Did you? Maybe the punching mini game? I mean, either that or. Yeah, either that or maybe the thing like, oh, you forgot to redeem this. Maybe that was the one thing you needed, or something. Maybe instead of a psycho core, it's the challenge marker. I don't know.
I should have gotten it.
Or maybe.
No wonder
or maybe it was
Monster
a flag.
Max is absurdly good compared to the other Titus games. It wasn't even developed by them; they just published it. It's a rare game.
Wow.
And to
Yeah.
be fair, like, if you look at like, this was rare before. Well, in 1994, I think that's before Donkey Kong 1. Donkey Kong Country 1, sorry. For the Super Nintendo.
Actually, wonder.
Yeah, I was just looking at the Titus list of games, and almost all of them are just ones I only know for being garbage.
That's the secret movie, by the way.
Yeah.
No? What's the secret movie? Is it something...
The thing I haven't unlocked yet.
Ah.
So it's
what
pretty
are we looking
fun.
for now?
Trying.
To find it?
Trying. I know there's one thing to get another % of the game, that the little punching mini game. That's rough. Because yeah, we don't know why it didn't trigger. But yeah, I'm gonna say Rare. Like they have a history of like some pretty solid games.
Yep.
Like they've made a lot of games, to be honest. it's pretty nuts looking at their list of games they developed. But yeah,
Okay, it seems like
so like,
you have to punch.
oh, that's whack. But yeah, it makes sense that the one Titus game that's good is made by them. Like, oh yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, like, to be fair, back in the days of the Amiga, even the companies that I would say were better would turn out, you know, the occasional bad game. So it's like, Titus is just, oh, I know that company.
Yeah, not everyone's perfect.
Yeah, the Amiga had its ups and downs.
Fuck you, baby. Okay.
You need
Yeah,
those
they made
points.
Prehistoric with a K.
Fuck. Fuck. Fuck.
Yeah. If there was a way to keep yourself, if the game kept you grounded in place, so you just had to like aim, that'd be one thing. But the fact that, you know, every time you punch, you take a step forward. So that, you know, that's something else you had to account for. Is just really weird to me, you know.
Apparently, after Superman, they made a RoboCop in 2003, which has a 2.2 out of 10.
Oh wow.
It's
Anyway.
at least more playable than the Superman game.
It's hard to make a game that's less playable than Superman 64.
Fuck.
Don't kill the babies.
Wait, the babies.
Babies obliterated.
Yeah, I'm not the person. You can.
New
brain.
class unlocked, Baby Obliterator.
Ah, that explains J.K. Rowling.
She multi-classed.
Bad writer and baby obliterator.
Yep.
No,
Got
it's... Hey!
Nice.
Was that it?
Oh no.
Do you have to... Oh...
Nope. Yes. Oh god. This game sucks.
Yeah, this minigame is just not great.
Yeah.
You're given such a small window to break these, you know, things down.
You have to make a split-second decision whether or not to kill a baby.
Yeah, that too.
Just like a
And
J.K. Rowling movie.
God,
Ah, fuck! That was 2 whole points.
Yep.
yeah.
Am I just fucked? I think I am.
Yeah.
And you have to, like, punch them. You can't do anything else. Fuck. God, I wish you didn't lose points for missing.
Yeah, that is really rude. That you lose
Deeply
points.
cruel.
Like, this is asking a lot out of the player, because basically after every punch, they expect you to, like, you know, you basically, to optimize, you have to reset yourself back at the center
So
after every
close,
punch,
so close.
so that you can, you know, be ready to attack anything that pops up. like once everything only starts spawning in the center ring.
Get. I don't think we have to do the final fight, but yeah. It just appears in the thing.
That's good.
Fuck! This game sucks.
Alright.
More like psychonauts.
Fuck!
To be fair, on the whole, this game has been good. It's like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you program this way?
Yeah.
God damn it! And the last
So-
hit, even if you hit it at the end, at the very end, when you run out of time, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
God, fuck. Always be punching. Except when babies show up.
Not. Yeah, you can't always be punching, which is rude since you're given such a short time limit anyway.
There's also this Game Jam game about punching things that come at your door because they're monsters except for children. It's pretty fun when you mess it up.
Oh no.
Love this stomping on
Baby
babies' head
obliterator.
simulators.
Oh no.
Imagine an iron boot stomping on a baby's head forever.
Oh no.
This is 1984.
God. I love how that means absolutely nothing, and basically has never meant anything, because
Yeah,
the vast majority of people have never read 1984.
yeah. It turns out, like, when people are talking about 1984, I've read the book and they haven't, so...
Yeah, I've also read it.
Actually,
Yeah.
did I read, like,
I've read
most
Animal
of the book, but then I
Farm.
read the cliff notes for the end, because it's very dull.
It's,
God,
Also-
it's got problems, but it's, like, still, you know, one of those books that you kind of need to know, at least, the plot of.
Also, he woos a woman with his smartness, his self.
Yeah.
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 You know
That,
what? There's,
that whole bit
no-
gets kind of weird in some ways.
like, oh,
It's,
she's
like, yeah.
me getting with this baddie is actually Draxus.
I appreciate
Also-
you at least know what the word praxis is. That's more than some people do.
Thought you said Braxis.
Yes, I said Praxis.
Yes, praxis.
No, I said B.
P-R-A-X. Oh, okay.
I don't know what Braxis is.
Me either. I thought you said Brexit.
Ah, dang it, dang
Yeah.
it, Dark. But anyway, yeah, no,
It's like some
it's
people who talk about Animal Farm and have never read it.
yeah, and I mean, the short of it. You know, I remember reading a review of 1984 by Isaac Asimov, who like wrote it like after a few years after the fact. Actually, he wrote it in 1984. Actually, because he's like, you know what? I've never like read this before, and I was a contemporary of his, so like, I should probably like read it and actually give a review of it because I actually know of him and his life. Because there's so many people who talk about it, and it's like, no, I can probably give a good review, and it's pretty great. Like, it's not. Oh shit!
Perfect.
Congrats.
1 second.
And also
to
nice.
spare.
Oh, your arrowheads on screen for a moment were 699.
Yeah.
50.
Oh.
Oh no. Good
Fuck
luck.
this.
But
Maybe we can
Yeah.
watch a YouTube video of it.
Just bring up the
Yeah,
YouTube video of it.
dude.
Let's not like waste
Yeah.
hours chasing this.
yeah, this blows. Like, this is so rude, especially since you should have gotten it. When I watched like a friend go through this game and like get the bonus thing, I don't remember her doing this, or maybe she did, but I kind of pushed it out of my brain because it sucks. I don't know. I don't remember people having to do this one, or maybe they have. God, this just blows either way. And yeah, let's just watch it on YouTube, I guess. Goodness. But oh yeah, real quick, I guess Isaac Asimov. It was great reading that for many things, including like giving a history of like George Orwell was like in Spain during the kind of socialist revolution there,
Yeah, the Spanish
and
Civil War.
or the Spanish Civil War, yeah, and he basically wanted, you know, I, I forgot what specifically he wanted, but it's like a bit more like liberal, like everyone else
Streaming.
wanted, and they're like, oh, Stalin's pretty cool, and like important thing to remember, especially at this time, is that not everyone knew what all Stalin got up to. Like that's a very important thing for about various groups, very socialist or communist groups or left leaning groups. At the time and after, is that they didn't have the internet back then. Oh, you're playing the scene.
Hold on.
Watch this scene without commentary on like the works of George Orwell. Then we can go back.
Yep.
Play. Pause. Oh, I guess it cut out for you.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, hold on. There. Now I just need to show it in the stream thing.
All right.
I'll capture.
Tell you if it pops
Yeah,
up
whatever.
on the YouTube.
Okay. You're seeing it?
Yep.
Yep.
What's going on? What's that sound?
Oh, the insane asylum just blew up. But don't worry, Mr. Pokelope helped me save all the brains before it fell down.
Mr. Pokelope? Sam, is that you? It's me, Linda, from the lake.
Linda, I haven't seen you in ages. You look so different.
Yeah. I've put on a little weight.
Oh, you know I don't mind that one bit.
Oh, Sam, you haven't changed at all.
Thanks for the pop-up, YouTube.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
thanks to
Good for
this
them. Yep.
Okay. That's it, everybody. That's the stream.
Oh, okay. We're not gonna.
Thanks for
We're gonna
watching.
do Psychonauts 2 next week then.
Yeah.
Just give. No, that's fair. Especially with the trying to do the punching minigame. But yeah, I guess we're. I guess we all have homework to, or if we want, I guess, of watching the Rhombus of Ruin, unless we, or if you don't want to watch that on stream and just go straight for.
We all have homework
Psychonauts
of reading George Orwell's 1984. I expect
No.
a full book report next week.
So what did Isaac Asimov have to say about it?
Oh, basically, like George Orwell kind of sucks with writing like any sort of sci-fi dystopia because like a lot of it it's like, oh, like why do people have to rewrite history, physically change history books when it's like where Isaac Asimov was like basically like most people don't care, like as long as they're buying into the propaganda, people can say whatever they want and people will just believe it even if there's evidence otherwise. So it's just really weird to obsess over like there being a part of the corrupt government that purposely goes through and
the
scrubs out
Ministry of
information in
Truth,
history books.
who
Yeah, the Ministry of
don't, they apparently use, it's vaguely described as like some kind of like spinning wheel thing that they use to rewrite books. I have no idea like what it's meant to be, because I feel like it's referencing like some machine that would be contemporary that I have no idea about.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To like print over the books with what they they now decide is the truth, and because they're constantly switching who they're at war with, and the entire "we have always been at war with East Asia, we have always been at war with Eurasia" thing going on, that means that they're like constantly swapping out the words that are in books. They're bringing them back in, changing them all, and sending them back out.
Yeah, but like, there's a lot of people who can't even read, given the chance to really go chill at a library or anything anyway. So what's the point?
There's some stuff in it
And
that didn't
also,
age
yeah,
that well, even if like on a whole the themes of the book like are still relevant to this day.
oh, I guess speaking of that, I was mentioning the Spanish Civil War, and people are like, oh, we want to do like more communist than like what George Orwell wanted, and like he left. And after that fact, George Orwell has hated Stalin ever since. And basically, that's what the whole Big Brother is, like, and also Animal Farm is George Orwell hating Stalin, and that's why
Yeah.
the books are like that. And it's
thing
funny.
is, the books aren't just like anti-communist. That's actually what they were banned for in Russia at the time, is for being anti-communist. They were also banned in a lot of other countries for being anti whatever their government was. The thing is, the books, both of those books are both like anti-fascist, anti-communist. They're anti-totalitarianist, basically. Like there's a lot of overlapping themes between Animal Farm and 1984. If you read them, you will go, oh, the whole thing of we're allies with this farmer and enemies of this other farmer, and that changing every time it's brought up is the same concept as the unending war in 1984. Yep. And the whole thing of it is it's opposition to totalitarianism rather than opposition to one specific philosophy. But people misinterpret it as saying, "Oh, this is saying my government is bad," when it's a critique on any government that is that authoritarianist.
And that's why we should just get rid of government.
Yeah, because the thing is, the Spanish Civil War kind of was like fascists and anarchists against each other. Sure, they eventually split off, and the anarchist side eventually split off into what were like a communist movement, but that whole history is there, and that colors all of Orwell's works.
Yeah,
because he lived through that.
Yes, yeah. Great. Oh yes, I was gonna say, it's hard to remember everything Isaac Asimov had to say about it, because I haven't read that review in a hot minute. But yeah, it's really interesting to see someone who was a contemporary of his, critiquing it, and also the whole getting with there's so few women in the book, and of course him getting basically his self-insert, getting with someone because he's so smart, and that's actually fighting against Big Brother.
Yeah,
actually,
I mean, Winston also has a lot of issues with women. Are we still streaming this? Is that actually going on YouTube?
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was waiting for you to stop.
We can stop any time. It's just if anyone is watching to this point, hit me up. I will discuss famous literature with you non-stop.
You should put a link to the Discord in chat.
I can't because you don't let us link, do you?
I do.
I don't know. Someone put a link in. Anyway.
I'm trying to see if I can send a link.
I had to explain the plot and themes of The Crucible to a friend a couple of weeks ago because he had zero idea what I was talking about. And it's oh, that's weird. These are all books. Well, they weren't all books I was taught in high school. They were books I read in high school.
The Crucible is about someone putting a gun to your head and asking if you want it between two bad things, and you just say, "Just shoot me already."
In at least one case, yes.
Yeah.
It's a critique of McCarthyism. And there is a point at which a character is told to either, like...
Okay, put the link in the chat.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can just stop this stream if you want. Like...
But no, continue.
There's a point where a character's told, like, admit you are a witch, or we'll keep putting, like, rocks on top of you until, like, you slowly suffocate and die because you're not admitting you're a witch, even though there's no evidence of it. Because someone's blamed you, and since someone has to be to blame, we need to kill you. And he just, like, motions him and says, more weight, and never speaks again. And so they just crush him to death.
Specifically, they would take his stuff if he denied it, or if he, like, accepted it, they would also take his stuff, and it's just like...
Yeah, and so his family would be left with nothing, which was a real thing that, like, during the era of McCarthyism, people were accused of communism by rivals, specifically because no matter how they answered interrogation, they would be, like, blacklisted for life, just for the accusation of having been a communist.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the whole point of the book. It's comparing the Salem witch trials to the then modern-day witch hunt of McCarthyism.